How difficult, first of all, the kicks were? I mean, it seemed like he really gave you some problems with those kicks.
Yeah, the kicks were a little bit of a problem, but also in training camp, whenever I closed the distance on him, they'd always fire back. He didn't fire back. He would continue to move. And then all of a sudden, it was just like, oh, come on. I want him to fight, but I'm playing into his game. So he did a better job tonight. That's all I can really say. I'm going to get better. Every loss I come back stronger and better, and that's really all I'm focused on right now is wait until I can see the film. I know what he caught me with. I know what he hit me with, and I know really everything that landed, but it's still the fact that I lost. All right.
The fact that he was jumping from southpaw to orthodox and back, and I know he hit you out of the southpaw stance with that left-handed, was that difficult, and does that create any issues when the, a guy's moving that way?
No, like I said, I got the range. The range is different whenever they switch from southpaw to right-handed orthodox, and whenever they do that constantly, whenever I pressure him and then all of a sudden he's gone, really, I could have thrown, but I didn't. So I was hesitating. Why was I hesitating? Is because I thought he wasn't in range. But I should have maybe closed the distance a little bit better. It is what it is. You learn from it and you get better.
I know, you just lost the fight, but have you thought about, let me ask you, Robbie Lawler against him, how would he match up? You fought both of those guys. If they were to make the fight with Stephen against Robbie, how do you think Stephen would fare in a fight like that?
That's a good question. I have fought both of them. And Robbie is sort of the way that I like to fight. You're going to bite down the mouthpiece, you're going to throw, and you're going to throw some more, and you're going to throw some more. And Stephen, if you don't get the right people in, like I said, I thought I got good people in to mimic him. But everybody I fought, once I closed that distance, I sort of landed something, they would stay in, they would punch into it, and then I'd get them into a fight where he did not. As soon as I felt like I landed something, he was like, screw that, I'm back out. And that's where, again, training partners are very important on this. And so if he plays that game, he could do good. I don't know. Each person's different. I know Robbie's tough. Do I think he can beat him? I don't know. Could he do good? Possibly. But right now I'm just sort of thinking on what I need to do to improve my skills. And just in case I do have to face him again, if I have to face him again, how do I beat him?
When do you want to come back?
I'm thinking August because I have a baby boy being born. Anywhere from March 24th to April 14th. So I want to be there with my wife and help her after the baby's born. We do have 3 kids. This is the 4th one on the way. So I want to help her, get her settled, and so that way I can start training again. And then in the training, then I can figure out how much more I can train and all that kind of stuff and help her out.
Talked a lot this week about your conditioning, how good you looked. You talked about it yourself. How did that translate to fight night? How did you feel tonight compared to other fights?
Oh, I felt good. Take nothing away from that. Stephen Thompson was just a better man tonight. What can I say? He performed. I hesitated. I don't hesitate usually. But again, a lot of it goes into preparation. I switched camps and all these other kind of things, but no excuses. He was just a better man. Like I said, whenever I got my partners, whenever I closed that distance, they would bite down and they'd have to throw back. Where tonight, he didn't do that. Every time I got close and I landed a punch or anything, he was still circling out, trying to evade. We knew he would do some of that. I didn't think it would be to that extent. And so now that I realize, all right, well, how do you beat that? That's what I'm thinking right now. The fight is in the past. Now I'm sitting here going, all right, the way he evaded, he was going from his southpaw, and then he would start circling to his left, and then all of a sudden he would switch to a right-handed stance. All right, how do I cut off that corner? That's how my brain's working right now. It's still not, I'm still trying to figure out, if somebody beats me, how do I beat them? Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to see him again. And if I see him again, I want to make sure that it's not the same outcome.
You feel like you almost put too much on your plate leading up to this fight? You mentioned the change in camp and management, things like that. There's a lot going on.
No, I didn't put too much. Like I said, Stephen, he did very well today. You know, he's just a better fighter. You know, you get one day to prove who's the better fighter, and he did it. It's, you know, it sucks that sucks when you lose, but like I said, I'll be back. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get stronger. You know, I'm still figuring things out, you know, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see him again one day. And now it's about how do you figure out that style. Now I've felt it. I understand a little bit out of it. And that's really what you have to do is, you know, I'm going to beat myself up over it until I get another fight. But until then, I'm really just going to try to get myself better. You know, this is a learning curve for me. That's really how I have to view it. Every loss, you get better. And as long as I can do that, then I can move forward. But throwing too much on my plate, you can't take nothing away from that guy. He did a great fight tonight, and he succeeded, and I failed.